Hey, good morning. This is Coach 100K helping you make six figures in this industry, guys. We're excited to have you on the call. Dr. Breakthrough is in the air right now and says me to tell you he missed you, he loves you, he sends his love to you, and he is proud of everybody. I'm telling you right now. So just be excited, hey, that you're doing a great job, you're getting started, and that's what it's all about, guys. To start is what it's all about. Now, I'll tell you this. To be a success in the industry, there are certain key things you need to have in your arsenal if you're going to win the money game. Winning the money game, you have to understand how money works. I want to go over three nuggets today that I learned that changed my life financially. Three nuggets I learned that changed my life financially and set me on the course of better living. Okay? So you want to get pen and pad out, take great copious notes, because you're going to need to know these things if you're going to be a top performer in this industry. Now, I believe you can be a top performer. Matter of fact, I say it's a stone cold fact that you can. So this is Coach 100K helping you make six figures in this industry. Now, six figures is not hard to do, not in this industry, not in network marketing. Write that down somewhere, highlight it, make it real big. It's not hard to make six-figure income in the industry of network marketing, okay? That's the first thing you got to get over, the fear of that I can't do it. I can't make six figures. Yes, you can, because it's too simple. It's never easy, but it's simple. It's sweatless when you understand that you have the ability to do it, but you have to get over a few things if you're going to be a top performer. I want you to know those three things today. Three things I want to teach you before the call's over. That's going to teach you how to break out and become a six-figure earner in network marketing. Now, this is not one of them, but I want you to know this. In this industry, it is not about what you do. It's about what you duplicate. It's not about what works. Many people in network marketing find a something that works for them, but it doesn't duplicate. And whenever you're the best person on your whole team, whenever there's something you can do that can't anybody else do, that's very dangerous in the industry of network marketing. You want to find something that anybody can do. You want to find something that Lidy can do, Dottie, and everybody, Lidy, Diddy in every city. You want to find something for Paul and all y'all. You want to find something for Ted, Ned, Ed, Jed, and Fred, that each and every one of them can simply do something to change their lives. And as they change their life, my friend, you will change yours. So I'm going to give you three nuggets today of what I learned that changed my life forever, that took me from the poverty to prosperity. It took me out of the hood to the good. My story, I used to live in the projects about 14 years ago. And even though trying many opportunities in network marketing, I was able to break out eventually out of what I had learned. Now, remember this. You say, well, Coach, how many things did you actually do? I did over 100 opportunities searching for success. Over 100 opportunities. You say, well, why'd you do that? Well, when I look at the options I had, was either to be successful or to go back and get a job. Now, the job part I don't like. I'm officially unemployable, okay? I quit my job about 30 years ago, walked off of a $50,000 a year job back then, which was really good money, but I walked away because I know why the caged bird sings. I knew that there was more in my life, and I would rather regret things I had done than to regret things I should have done. Write that down. You're going to want to, at the end of your life, be regretful of things you did. I would much rather be regretful of things I did, as opposed to being regretful of things I never tried, okay? And so when I have an option of staying free, keeping my time to myself, spending time with my family, and trying and putting all of my hours on myself, throwing in all the dice on myself, pushing in the whole chip pile on myself, or trusting somebody else to pay my bills, trusting somebody else to make a way for me. No, I decided to go for it 30 years ago. And in those 30 years, have tried over 100 opportunities. I tried the calling card. I tried, gas additives. I tried everything out there. You name it, I did it. I'm telling you, I tried every one and gave my best try. But you know what happened? After doing so many, I became a great student. And see, I was in a college or a university, I call it, of education. So I was one of those people that they would say, what else you doing? What you doing now? I thought that last thing you was doing was, and so forth. Well, you got to be willing to go through that. If you want to really get to the top, you got to be willing to fail forward. You got to write that down. You want to fail forward as you continue to try and make adjustments. I'll say this. While you're trying, write this down. Here's a good thing to know. While you're trying and you're learning, make adjustments. Wow. While you are trying and you are learning, make adjustments. Well, what are you saying? I'm saying that one of the most misleading of advice ever given was, if at first you don't succeed, they said try again. Well, they should have went a little further, because many people are trying again, but they're not making any adjustments. See, a small adjustment, not a big one, but a small adjustment in your business as you learn new things, new philosophies, new ideas, then those small adjustments will eventually lead you to the door, okay? But you got to be willing to follow instructions. Have you ever played that game, cold, hot? See, y'all probably grew up in another era, but I grew up in an era where you had to make up games. And, they would blindfold you, spin you around, and then you got to try to find something. And then they say you start walking toward, well, you don't know where you're walking, but you start walking, and they say, oh, you're cold. You got it. And then you got to make an adjustment. You turn to the right, say, oh, you're freezing now. So then okay. See, now, what you got to know is I was cold. I turned to the right. Now I'm freezing. So I know going to the right is not going to be the way to go. How would you know that unless you failed? How would you know unless you had tried to go to the right? So the right wasn't the right thing. You put that in your memory. You put that into your learning. Going to the right is not going to be the way. Then you go to the left. And it's okay, you're getting warm. Then you walk up a little bit. Okay, you're getting a little warmer. And now you're going toward it. And they say, oh, you're getting cold again. And you just have to make these adjustments until you finally get on course, till you finally get in alignment. And so I'm going to encourage you today, guys, that you guys are doing fantastic. High five yourself, because if you're still in the game and you're still moving, you will reach that place called there. There is a place called there, and there is a price for success, and it's paid over a lifetime in daily installments, but the down payment runs most people off. I'll say it again. There is a price for success, paid over a lifetime in daily installments, but it's the down payment that runs most people off. Most people are not willing to pay the price long enough. They're not really willing to do what I call, watch this, talk to many people many times. That's the key to success in this industry. Talk to many people many times. Just think of yourself. How many times have you been so willing to talk to a person one time, and when they say that they're not willing to do anything, you say, okay, great, and you mark them off your list? No, the key is talk to many people many times. So when I leave a person that says to me, well, you know what, I'm going to hold tight right now. I say, great, I want to make sure I spoke to you, because I didn't want to ever see me get rich and you not get rich and say, you didn't even call me, so I gave you the call. Listen, is it okay if I get back with you in about 90 days to share with you how well I'm doing? Well, a person would always tell me, sure, go ahead and get back with me in 90 days, thinking I wasn't going to do it. But I tell you what, I would follow up in 90 days. Now, here's my goal. In 90 days, I must be better. In 90 days, I must have progressed. In 90 days, I must have achieved some success. That was my only goal. whether it was a rank up, whether it was to make $300, $500, I don't care what it was. I wanted to be able to have some good report when I go back to these people. Now, there's 3%ers, and then there's 97%ers. The 3%ers are the ones on this call today. You're people who you know where to be at the right time, the men of Issachar, you understand the seasons, and you're going to win. There's the 97%ers who are told what to do, and I call some of those 97%ers Pookie and Shaquita and Junebug now. Now, I hope nobody on the call today is named Pookie or Shaquita or Junebug. But that's why I call those people. We all have them. It's a Pookie and a Shaquita and a Junebug and everybody's family, everybody's life. I don't mean by the name, but these are the people with the attitude that they love to put water on your fire. The law of association says you must be accountable for your acquaintance. You must hang around the right people. So as you meet somebody, you're going to have what's called firelighters and firefighters. Firelighters, they're going to light your fire with words of encouragement. Hey, I know you could do it. Boy, I tell you what, man, I'm pulling for you. You know, go ahead. I'm so proud of you. That's a firelighter. But a firefighter is someone who's always putting a damper on your glow, always putting a damper on your fire. So I go over there and I tell them, say, listen, so that's what Pookies are. Pookies, Shaquitas, and Junebugs. I even go for it, Ray, Uncle Man, them. Those are the ones who want to say, I told you so. Those are the ones who are talking about you behind your back while you're out trying to do something that nobody in your family's ever done. See, I told my family when I was broke, busted, and disgusted, and here's when you need to do it when you're broke. Do it when you're busted and disgusted. I said to them many years ago, over 30 years ago, I'm going to be the first millionaire in our family. I just said it. Now, you don't have to know it or know how you're going to do it when you say it. You just must know you. Know your character. Know who you are. Know that you're not going to give up on your words. See, to thy own self be true. So I just knew I'm going to be a millionaire. So one thing I did was quit my job. Now, I'm not telling you to quit your job today if you got a job. I am saying this, prepare to quit your job. Okay? You say, well, I'm just going to keep on working the rest of my life. Okay, that's good. That's good. I'm just saying for the rest of y'all, prepare to exit. How do you do that? By becoming better, by becoming a student of this industry, by going to school and getting certificates and classes. And how do you do that? By failing, and by failing again. So I didn't know how I would be a millionaire. I'll be the first documented millionaire in my family. But I just said to myself, you know what? I'm going to do it. That's what you have to do, ladies and gentlemen. You got to call your shot. I think it was Les Brown that said you got to jump before you're ready. You got to build your parachute sometimes on the way down. But the key is make the commitment and stick with the commitment. So, here it is. Now, later, they say, oh, we knew you could do it. Oh, you're doing great. We thank God for you, But that was many of them who said, you can't do it. You can't make it. Do you know that the bumblebee is not supposed to be able to fly? Shh. Don't tell the bumblebee. I mean, they've done studies on the bumblebee. They said the bumblebee aerodynamically cannot fly because his wings are too small, his body's too big, his wing doesn't rotate at the right speed. All the reasons they gave technically and scientifically why the bumblebee shouldn't fly. But the bumblebee flies in spite of their thoughts. See, you must be a bumblebee today. You must be somebody that I'm telling you, they're talking about you, but you got to be the person that's out there flying and not even worried about what they say. See, the ability for you to focus on you and do you and forget them is going to be a key for you to succeed in this business, because if you know that this is the number 2 income in the world, there's no other industry in the world that pays as much money as network marketing except for real estate. Real estate has made the most millionaires, followed up by only network marketing. Network marketing has produced the most millionaires, second only to real estate. So if it's making millionaires like that, I need you to say this with me, why not me? Why not me be one of the millionaires? See, if it's making them like that, but it's amazing how people are called network marketing a scam, but they call real estate an opportunity. More people have failed at real estate than they have at network marketing. People have lost their shirts in real estate. People have lost a lot of money in real estate, but yet they keep trying. So you must be the person that keeps trying. Another story about this frog. I must tell you the story because it's a story of endurance, a story of persistence. And this frog is deciding, along with a lot of other frogs, they decide they're going to climb the side of the mountain. It's a pretty big mountain. And, you know, frogs don't climb mountains real well, but they all decided, a whole bunch of frogs, about 1,000 plus frogs, we're going to climb this mountain, get to the top of the mountain. And that was probably hundreds of thousands of frogs that were watching the frogs who decided they were going to climb the mountain. And so the gun goes off, and the frogs begin to hop up the mountain. And all the other frogs begin to be fearful and say to them, "Oh no, you're getting too high. Please stop and turn around." And at that word, hundreds of frogs turned around and quit. Just at the words of others. But the other frogs kept going, kept hopping. And then the ones that were fearful and the ones that quit joined together. The voice is louder now. And they all cried out, "You're surely going too high. What if you fall? You know, you're not designed to fall that far. You're going to die." And at that word, several hundred more quit and came back down the mountain. And now with these few left, and they kept going up, and sure enough, it happened again. "Oh, no, you're really too high. What are you doing? Oh, please stop." Oh. And so then all of them pretty much stopped, except this one frog kept going. Oh, man, this one frog keeps hopping. All the ones that never got started, all the ones who quit the first time, the second time, third time, they all got together. Their voices are amplified now. They're screaming loud, "You're going to kill yourself. We all quit. What's wrong with you? We stopped. We have sense. You're not acting proper. You know, you're not going to make it. We're going to, oh, no." And the frog just kept hopping. The one little frog kept hopping. And finally, the frog makes it to the top of the mountain. And I'm telling you, the helicopters come in and the news reporters come in. And I mean, boy, it's a bigger dude. They say, "Well, Mr. Frog, how did you do it?" The frog just looked at him. They said, "Mr. Frog, tell us, what's your secret?" Frog just looked at him. They say, what do you do? What's your regimen? How do you work out? Tell us what made you different than the other frogs. Frog just listened, just looking at him. They said, "Hey, Frog, tell us, what kind of breakfast do you eat in the morning? You got to be the breakfast you eat, breakfast of champions." Frog just kept looking. You see, my friends, that frog was deaf. That frog couldn't hear. The difference of the winner is the one that chooses not to hear. The rest of them, they could hear, and their biggest hindrance was the fear placed on them by other people who said what they were unwilling to do. You know, most people that are unwilling to do something can rarely ever believe that you can do it. Because they can't do it, they believe you can't do it. Because since they can't make ambassador, you can't make ambassador. Since they can't make triple diamond, you can't make triple diamond. Since they can't make global, you can't make global. And so whatever they can't see for themselves, they can rarely ever see for themselves. So you want to make sure that you are a person of discipline, where you discipline yourself to do you, regardless to what others are doing. I try to give you 3 nuggets here to help you understand something that would change your life forever. And so here's why I'm going to give you the first nugget. The first nugget that changed my life forever, it was, don't let what you can't do stop you from what you can do. That's a very simple principle, but once I learned that principle, guys, I changed my life. Don't let what you can't do stop you from what you can do. There's going to always be something you can't do. I mean, listen, you can't do all things. Now, the Bible says in him all things are possible, and, we can do all things through Christ. But outside of that, there's some things you just can't do. It'll always be something every day that you can't do. You're going to find this block in the road. You're going to find this obstacle. You're going to find this place where it's unmarked terrain and you can't cross this way. But the mind of the winner is always finding out at that point, what is it that I can still do today? See, whenever you're unstoppable, you're uncommon. When you're unstoppable, that means when your enemy blocks one way, you do it. You remember Dr. Breakthrough talking about how when he broke his arm, they had to still do push-ups. Well, see, it just shows you the mind he has. Many of us, including me, I probably would have said at that time, coach, sensei, teacher, I cannot do any push-ups today. And then he probably say, why not? And I would say, because I broke my arm. My arm is broke. But Dr. Breakthrough gets down and learns to do a one-arm push-up. See, ladies and gentlemen, that's the key to winning. When there's nothing your enemy can do to stop you from doing what you do. In other words, you break one arm. I'll push up, do this, I'll do that. See, whenever you're flexible, your enemy watches review on you, he watches film on you and finds out that I can't simply find a weakness because everything I do, this person continues to move, continues to go forward, continues to go on. He's unstoppable. He has to go back to his kingdom and say and report to their demon masters, I tried that. It works on everybody else. It works on their cousins. And when I do this here against their family stops. When I do this against, but these people, they're made up of, they're like Caleb and Joshua. They have another spirit. See, I found it out, ladies and gentlemen, that when you have another spirit, when you're not made out of the same cloth intentionally, I like that word, intentionally, I'm not like my family. Intentionally, I'm not the same. I don't think the same. So what did I do that made me different than my family? Well, I changed my thinking. I knew that this was going to be a journey to be the first millionaire in our family, but I also knew that I was the one. I was the one that wasn't anything going to stop me because I was going to keep doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it till the job gets done. Question for you today. Are you that person that no matter what is put in your way, you find a way to keep moving? See, that's called being unstoppable. And I declare many of you are unstoppable. But ask yourself a question. For those of you who have not succeeded in the past, let's think about the reason. There you go. You figured it out. You were not consistent. Others won, you lost, and you said, well, the reason I lost was. A lot of reasons for losing. People make up a lot of reasons, but never, seldom, ever do they say, I just quit. I didn't continue. I didn't push forward. I didn't lock in on my seatbelt. I was going to stay for as long as it took to be a success. So, number one, never let what you can't do, like this, stop you from what you can do. That was number one. Number two, I want to give you today that made me a top performer in this industry, okay, is this. Use what you have to get what you want. I actually learned it this way. Use what you got to get what you want. So when you look around to see what you actually want, know this, that the Creator wants you to have it as well. So when he wants you to have it and you want to have it, you have to realize he's already given you everything you need to succeed. See, many people look at what they don't have and they begin to make up this nice story. Hey, I can't be a top performer because I can't do it at the Breakthrough did because I can't be a global because you don't understand. I can't recruit like you because. And so they have all these because stories going on. But whenever you are destined to be there, remember that God wants you to be there too. And he's already put somewhere in your life everything you need to succeed. See, the Bible says he's already given you everything that pertains to godliness. So you want to be able to be a person that continues no matter what. Don't have a quit moment. Don't have a gauge for quit. I've heard too many people say in their time of network marketing, they say things like, you know what? If I don't make it this year, I'm going to give it 2 more days. I'm going to give it 1 more try. No. See, when you have that mindset that you got a 1 more in you, a 1 more, I'm going to do 1 more, I'm going to give it 1 more week, 1 more month, 1 more. No, see, when that mindset says it's just a matter of time before I quit. Matter of time before I fail. And when your enemy hears you say, I got 1 more, he will just increase his strength till that time. He wants to outlast you when you should be outlasting the enemy. He said, well, if she don't make it by the next convention, if she don't make ambassador by next month, and so he just hang on to next month. But the key is you want to be able to outlast your enemy if you want to be a top performer in this industry. Okay, so that's number 2. And then number 3, I'll give you this real quickly. You want to be able to understand this, okay, that you must, watch this, you must learn the power of imagination. You must learn to visit your future on the canvas of your imagination. You must realize that you must always, and you can always, exit this reality and go into your future. How? Through your imagination. I learned how to take trips on my imagination. I would go visit my new home. I would go in my imagination and visit different locations. And you know what? In my mind, I would be at this white, sandy beach, okay, with blue water, even though I was in Texas. Yes, and there are no blue water, sandy beaches in Texas, ladies and gentlemen. But I would do that because I could temporarily leave my condition and travel anywhere in my future in a moment's time through my imagination. Great winners are people that can use their imagination to see the end goal. Look at Tiger Woods. He uses his imagination to look at the trajectory of his shot. And they say, whoa, what a great shot. Well, yes, but he saw that earlier. See, you look at Steph Curry, somebody who can shoot shots all over the court. His trajectory, his vision says, okay, I'm seeing the ball leave and I'm seeing the ball go through. I'm visiting this shot on the canvas of my imagination. So, guys, if you can do that, if you can visit your future on the canvas of your imagination, you'll see yourself global already. You'll see yourself already making 6 figures a month, 6 figures a year. It doesn't matter, but just get there. Get there and you'll be a top performer in this industry. So, guys, Dr. Breakthrough was out and about. I want to share those nuggets with you, things that changed my life, and definitely want to be able to bless you. Now, if there's anybody who has a testimony that want to get on real quick, we'll take another 5 minutes or so. Just hit star. It'll unmute you, and you can talk to me or give a shout-out to your team members, right, that may have promoted or something like that. Just go ahead and do that if you would. We'll take just a few minutes before we close the call out. Sharp. Star. All right, star going once. All right. Who we got there in Fort? Got Lidy, and we got somebody in Florida. Sharp.
Good morning. Oh, Dr. Kenny, I'm just appreciating your call, Magnificent Monday, hearing about the fact that, you know what, it's not about the conversation about quitting, but it's about looking at who we are in the mirror rather than looking in the review mirror and looking at what's behind you or what life's about, but looking in the mirror and just saying, if it's to be, it's up to me. I just so appreciate your message today because of the fact that I have, for so many years, been around some amazing, transforming lives, people that are committed to their their goal, their journey, and they all have that same tenacity. So I'm appreciating just your words this morning on the character that develops, but how to stand alongside. And, family reunions might be a wonderful place to be, but you know what? It's a dangerous place to be if your head's not right. So, and I just have to say, I appreciate exactly what you said today. So thank you for, bringing that subject up and having us to stand strong again. Free root.
Thank you, Lidy. I appreciate all of that. Yeah. You're right. I mean, it ain't going to be around a family reunion if your mind ain't right. But I'll talk you into another job, talk you into a lifetime of struggle. Thank you so much, Lidy. Shark. Who else do we have?
Hey there, can you hear me?
Yeah, Atlanta, Georgia. Yes, I can hear you. Go right ahead.
All right, this is Dr. Ham. Good morning to everyone. And Coach 100K, I'm driving and screaming all at the same time. That was amazing. And guess what? I'm making some adjustments. I mean, I've heard different principles taught, but that one just hit home for me. We got to make adjustments as you learn and as we grow and as we go. And so I thank you so much this morning for that. And then I just wanted to give a quick testimony about the nano cards. Everybody else has been raving about the cards, and I really didn't have any pain. So that particular product hadn't really appealed to me. Well, for whatever reason, this weekend my back began to hurt, probably because of the other products that are cleansing the toxins out of my body. But my back, I could barely stand up. And so I said, let me try this nano card and see what happens. And I put the nano card in my back and just laid on the couch for about 30 minutes. And all of the pain was gone. And so I'm excited about that. Like, all of the pain was gone. And then by last night, I was able to bend. I was able to twist. Those were things like you really literally could not touch me. That's how bad my back was hurting. And so I'm excited again about Shop Free Mart, about everything that we're doing. And also want to just remind everybody, July the 21st, we're going to be, I'll be kicking off here in Atlanta and looking to collaborate with all of the other leaders that are in the Atlanta area as well. So information will be forthcoming before the end of this week as far as that. And if you want your name on the flyer, go ahead and email me at info@hdwomennetwork.com and let me know that you want to be one of the leaders that's involved in planning that particular event. So again, thank you, Coach 100K. I am the first in my family, and I'm making some adjustments today, and I am on my way to the top with Shop Free Mart. God bless.
Shark. Hey, safe travel, and I'm telling you, thank you for being a leader and taking the lead on that, and thanks for that incredible testimony about the nano card. I'm telling you right now, I know, I can already tell, I have never met you, but I already know you got all the ingredients to be the top of your family, and I look forward to your stories as we continue to move forward in this industry together. Thank you so much. Shark.
Hey, Coach, good morning. This is Sammy in Miami. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go right ahead, Maryland. I mean,
this
Miami?
is the day the Lord hath made. Let us rejoice and be happy in it. And I roll my R's with your presentation this morning. I do want to ask a request, if you can. I have a guest on the line. We didn't get the 3 bullet points to end. The last one was learn the power of imagination, and the 2 before that, just to back up, please.
Okay, good. The 2 before that was, first one is, the one of them was use what you have to get what you want. Use what you have to get what you want. And we know the Bible talks about that all throughout the Bible. Whenever somebody was facing something, they had something in their house, something in their hands, something they possessed, that they said, use that. Moses had the rod. They said, what do you have in your hand? Use the rod. So there's always something you can use. And then secondly, never let what you cannot do stop you from what you can do. always something you can do. You're never paralyzed.
Never let what you can do
Stop you from what you can do.
yes, stop you from what you can. Thank you so much. And my little input this morning as a motivational piece is a gift to everyone on the line. It's called life. Life is a gift. Your health is your wealth. And Sammy in Miami is sharing that we ought to guard well our lives with good health as offered by Dr. Fremont. Why? Because that life is the only life we got, and it's a gift. Thank you.
Love it.
Over
Love it. Shark. Life is a gift, and health is your wealth. Shark. Thank you so much. All right.
I'm in Miami signing off to everyone. God bless.
God bless.
Happy.
Hey, what we got there? Go right ahead with the Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania, good morning. Great information, great motivation. Thank you. I have a testimony on Saturday. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go right ahead.
Yes. On Saturday, well, actually Friday, my neighbor received her hydration drops. And Friday evening, she called me to say, Lorette, I have to thank you. She said, I put 3 hydration drops in a quart of water. Now, my neighbor has congestive heart failure. And she said normally in the evening about that time, but she called me, her ankles would be swollen. She said her skin was so dry that her hands would crack and her feet would crack. And she said, Lorette, I want to thank you. She said, my hands are not cracking. They're smooth. My feet are not cracking. She said, my ankles are not swollen. And I said, Deb, from 1 quart of water? She said, from 1 quart of water. And then the next day we spoke. And I said, well, how are you doing now? She said, normally I wake up with a nosebleed. She said, during the night, I don't get much sleep because I have to get up and I have to spritz my nose, put water up her nose in order to hydrate. She said, I got a good night's sleep and I didn't wake up with a nosebleed. So that's a hydration bottle.
Come on. Shock. Changing lives.
Amen.
You definitely changed her life. Thanks for that
Amen.
testimony.
Thank you. Happy.
Happy. Shock. Lidy, I see you're still there. You want to close us out with something, Lidy?
Oh my gosh. Well, I was hearing Dr. Ham's conversation this morning about, sometimes you don't have pain or you've been in this, let's call it profession industry for such a long time and you've heard a lot of products, you've used a lot of products and, you're just like, all right, one more product. I'm going to share with everyone. I was not interested in one more product. I promise you. 37 years, I believed I'd seen it all, done it all, experienced it all, but I hadn't really met that company that really had the philosophy of staying in the lane of the truth and being non-deceitful and non-trickery. I mean, it was like when I woke up on April 25th, I had a message that came to me, and it was $50, $50. I was laughing. I was walking through the bathroom door in the morning at 6:38. And I said, okay, great, Lord, I'll be looking for $50 today, or maybe $150. And paid no more attention, but got into my office and did some meditation. I don't normally get messages quite that loud, quite that clear. And as a result of that, I got in my office, did some meditation, and I called a pharmacist at 8:55 because I needed to get a medical answer before I went on to a 9 o'clock call that I do. And as a result of that, he said, well, Lidy, I was going to call you today. I said, great. All I have is one question. I've got literally 5 minutes before I do my call, and I just need a quick answer. He gave me the answer, and I said, I have 2 minutes left. It is 8:58. This is 2 hours and 20 minutes later. He says, I need to talk to you. I said, well, what were you going to talk to me about? He said, well, I needed to talk to you about $50. I seriously looked at my phone. I thought it said, it's going to say God speaking. And I said, oh my gosh. I said, you have no idea what you just said to me. And he said, well, why? I said, well, just for the sake of time, can you just like make sure that I heard exactly what you said? Just repeat what you just said. He said, well, Lidy, I wanted to talk to you about $50. You know, $50. I took a deep breath. I heard it 3 times. This is confirmation, affirmation. And I called him back. And he proceeded to tell me about a retirement plan. And I said, perfect. I don't want to hear about any products. He said, oh, but by the way, they do have products. I said, please, I don't even want to hear about them. If it's a retirement plan, and he told me about the Freedom Package. And I just said, listen, if we can go help 3 people, help 3 people, help 3 people. If they never buy a product and they can put $150 aside and they can have themselves $421,395 by helping 3 people, help 3 people, help 3 people, I'm going to sell the retirement program. I promise you. And that was it. And he proceeded to tell me about laminin. And the laminin, he says, you know what laminin is? I said, yes, the God molecule. I've been looking for that since 2005. People, this company has the only double patented original formula, exclusive distribution rights on laminin. I mean, you talk about a stem cell. I've got a book on my desk that's written by a doctor. This is Doc Stem Cell. I mean, here it is. And I'm going to just say, people are writing about this because this is like real life. But our body has the ability to release its own stem cells and do its own work. You don't need the injections or surgery. I promise you. It's like when you and I understand the power that lies within us, is the day you have victory. And Dr. Ham, you were talking about the fact that, you didn't have pain. And the nano cards, well, I want to say I went home for a week and a half to prepare the farm for a wedding. I worked day in and day out. I came home with tingling fingers on my right side, my hand, and I am like, what's going on? And it acts like carpal tunnel. And then I had this stiff back. I couldn't hardly get up in the morning. And so I put the nano cards on my back and on my wrist, and all of my pain and my tingling and everything is like dissipated. And I'm like, all right, I understand quantum energy. I do, as a practitioner, quantum energy work. But you know what? Until you experience it, it's like, again, a wake-up call. Embrace the challenge to erase the challenge. That's all I have to say today. Embrace whatever you got going on, and, circle yourself, circle your wagon, so to speak, and get inside the camp, because when you are, you win. That's my word. Thank you.
Awesome. Wow, what a testimony. What a powerful insight. Thank you, Lidy.